What's going on? Are we ready to get this absolute bread? I hope so. Oh, this reminds me of that. Shit, I need to update that. One moment, please. One moment, and I shall do this for us. Couch. 15 whole ass months in a row. My guy. How are we doing, Couch? I know where this is. Hold on. That's a whole ass long time. You know that? Excuse me. I have to remind myself to take it easy on my voice. Settings. There's a dog that moved in next door on this side, and I think it can hear me through the wall. Ready? Wait for it. 3, 2, 1. Bang. How does a dog pay rent? I know. I was surprised too. I was very surprised. Okay, let's see if this actually works now. I think I fixed this earlier today. Ready? So OBS and Stream Deck have been broken, but I think I fixed it. Here's the test. Kinda. Oh. Yep. One side works, the other side doesn't. Let's see if I can fix that real quick. Also, I need to learn my new mark for when it's way over here now. What's up? You like that? Okay, where are we at? Nope, that's not it. Okay. Testing. Hey, there we go. Why are you still showing my taskbar? Hold on. Let's see if I can fix it. Oh. Nope. Hold on. Let me restart the game. Let's see if that fixes it. But pedals working again. Yay. Yeah. Pedals working again. That's all you can ask for at the end of the day. Alright, restart the game. Oh, still no. The heck, man? Well, now it's not even working over here either. I don't know what changed on this. Hold on. See, now it's broken on... Now it's broken on my screen too. I don't understand. I don't understand. Also, I'm fully aware that my message gets lost most of the time right here. Hello? I will fix on my screen. Okay. Why did everything break? Why are my graphics messed up? OmniSync. Full screen. By 1920 by 1440. That's a resolution for sure. Why are you doing this to me? I'm not in the mood. Okay, hold on. I'm honestly may just restart my PC real quick. When in doubt, turn it off and turn it back on again. I shall. Anyway. Vibes, huh? Hello, computer? Well, now my whole computer is just having a moment. Crumpet, hi, how are you? Welcome in. We're troubleshooting. We're troubleshooting issues. I've been better. I'm dealing with some throat stuff. The easiest way to describe it. And so I went to the doctor yesterday, and they basically said you have tonsillitis on steroids. Is my favorite way to put it. So it's a low key stream today. We're keeping the vibes chill, mainly because I don't want to overwork my voice too much. So if the vibes are chill, that's why. And now my second PC is having a moment, and I'm afraid it's dying. What team am I playing as? I'm playing as Haas because I am an American trying to help the quote-unquote American F1 team succeed. I'm gonna force restart my computer real quick. Pardon my reach. How does the throat goat get tonsillitis? That's exactly, you answered your own question. You're a Haas player too? Let's go, dude. I also tried to think of a team not many people would want to do. I knew a lot of people, because right around when the game came out, I knew a lot of people would do like Ferrari to like fix Ferrari. And I know a lot of people would do Williams because they want to do like, you know, worst to best. And so I wanted to pick someone a little different as well. So Haas seemed like the natural pick. Yeah, so we're right at the beginning of season 2. We're about to go into Miami if I can get my PC to work right. Find the power button real quick. We kind of spent the first season sussing out learning about the game. So here's my problem. Here's part of the explanation. Okay, it did turn on. I was all ready to replace Mick, but right at the end of season 1, he went on like a 5-race streak where he finished like top 5 and even got on the podium in, where was it? He got like a podium in somewhere that I can't remember. And so it's like, I'm trying to keep it like semi-realistic, and it's like if I had a driver who kind of struggled but then went on a tear right at the end of the season, like I'd be like all for keeping him. So we're still rocking it, and so we're so far this season has not gone to plan, we'll say that. We're going to Miami, and it's not been a successful season for us so far, but that said, we are evaluating options going forward. We don't think we'll be with the same driver lineup this time next season, but we're gonna wait and see. I hope me resetting my computer didn't mess any of the audio up. If it did, that's my bad. You sacked him off and brought Bottas. See, Valtteri on this game does very well from what I've seen. I'm watching a guy on YouTube who's doing Alfa Romeo, and Valtteri is like the consistent like top 5 finisher, like fighting for podiums and wins in an Alpha, which is very fun. 7 podiums though, that's nice. I'm still trying to decide what I want to do for replacing a driver. I'm kind of half tempted to replace K-Mag first, ride it out with Mick a little longer, bring in someone new. Love to see. Grumpet, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. So we're potentially looking at going like the very young route, but we're gonna wait and see how it shakes out. K-Mag has just definitely not provided the consistency that we're asking for so far in the second season. Hey, there we go. Oh, my message gets in the way of that. It's not really a good place to put this. I'll put it. I'm trying to remember where stuff is. You stay away from rookies, they make you delete your first save. So I'm potentially looking at here. We'll just go ahead and we'll just get this thing started. So I've gone back and forth a few times. So before we get too far, just before I forget, because I'm really bad at forgetting that development points exist, we are going to bump up mix cornering speed. Sure, that'll help with qualies. Kevin doesn't have anything, so we have Theo as our backup. Not really any intention of putting him in or anything, but we have a bunch of people on. Yeah, I want to pop and say absolutely. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much again for the follow. Hope you have a good night. Claire, sorry, my voice is gonna get destroyed tonight. Thank you so much for stopping in, Claire. I appreciate it. Have fun with kiddo before bed. So what I was saying, we've looked at some different options. I'm trying to stay away from Pierre, because he's, from everything I've seen, he's kind of been like super overpowered on this game. Other than that, we've also thought about Zhou, because he's also very young, but obviously is pretty highly rated and pretty good. So we were potentially thinking about replacing Kevin with Zhou to replace that higher ranked person. And then, because we did just re-sign Mick, and then try and ride out Mick for as long as possible, and then potentially from there look to see what shakes out going forward. So that's kind of my tentative plan right now, but we're trying to figure it out. That's for sure. Let's see if I can find a. I'm gonna have to move this message around a lot during the stream, but that's kind of the thinking we have right now. So this is our current lineup. I honestly forget where we're at. We're currently P6 in the constructors with 12 points, so it hasn't been the worst start, but it definitely has not been the best start. We're chasing Alpine. We're doing okay, but Mick is actually beating Kevin in the standings right now. Like, Kevin's only brought home 2 points, and one of those was a P10 finish with the fastest lap. So it was not the best finish. And Mick has also crashed out of a race already. It's been a rough year so far, but not today. Today we're going in with positive vibes and good. Ooh, I moved the wrong thing. That's still the wrong thing. Holy, come here, you. Sticky right there. Car development. So that's a great question. What am I even working on right now? We're currently designing a new front wing and suspension, and making some new front wings and side pods. In terms of ranking, the rankings on the grid, where do you see that? Car analysis, so rank on grid. We're like right around, like just below mid pack. So we're definitely not the greatest, but at the same time, we're working on it. For this season, especially if we're going to end up getting a new car or a new driver for next season, I'm kind of going back and forth so far on trying to focus like so much on research for next year, and then really attack it next year. Even for full top speed, but in the slow and medium corners, I'm shit. Yeah, I get that. I've gone back and forth too. I've tried to keep it pretty like neutral across, but our low speed is definitely where our strong suit is right now. Our top speed is like not there at all. Let's see, who are we chasing? See, as we're chasing Alpine, like they're like on the other side of the good stuff. We definitely need to fix our brake cooling too. So we're going back and forth on what exactly we want to do, but we're still pretty early, and in this we don't even have a thing to do right now. So we're doing our first round of upgrades for the season so far, but are they pretty useless? Okay, I didn't know. I haven't actually looked and seen like exactly what's out there for that, or if it really mattered, but basically we still have a long way to go, to say the least. New ATR period starts today. Cool. I am aware our car is mid. See, our car's mid, but I still think we're underperforming our current stuff. Like, our cornering is not bad. Like, we're really midfield in terms of cornering, and so it's just like we're really lacking in the top end speed and DRS. I think our lack of speed and DRS is something that's also holding us back a lot. Financial report, we're doing fine. I know it was a tough one, but we still have high confidence, so let's go ahead and move forward. Our rear wing design is done. Let's go ahead and get a couple of those going. Go ahead and get 4 of those going. Miami's in 10 days, so we'll have 2 by then. This is what, rear wing? We'll rush it, that's fine. We have a lot of money. Okay. Front wing. How many do we have? We have a bunch. Cool. We can start something new. We have a version 2 of, we have a version 2 of everything with that, which means I think we want to do a research for next season now. I want to try and spread out the research over the whole, always go intense, never rush, really. Why is that? Any particular reason? Does it make that much difference? The camera's so off. There we go. I'm nice and centered. Now it's gonna mess up my other one, but that's fine. We don't have any technical regulation changes yet, so we actually don't know what we need to work on. But at the same time, we definitely know we need a lot of upgrading in terms of top speed. So I think we'll just start with that. I usually try and like to split these up into thirds. I can do math, I promise. So 1.9, 1.9, yeah, so 1.9. Rush takes away XP, so when you go to make another front wing, for example, it won't be as good as if you went intense. I will go back and check that. I had heard some stuff about that, how that gets divvied up like that. 26, 25, and 25. I mean, that's still pretty good. Our engine cooling is down, but I don't really care about that too much. Sounds good to me. Research on the move. What did I just start? It was this. Wait, do I have to cancel it and go back? Is that how that works? Sure. I'll just start it again. I don't really care. That was a rear wing. You. Oh, right at the end. Helps if you read. Only for developing a new part. I see. I see. I understand. I understand. I get. Oh, okay. I gotcha. My brain. It's been a long couple of days. We'll say that. All right. Let's keep going. What did we finish? Underfloor has low stock. Our underfloor does have low stock. We only have one. I just make one. It's fine. Our underfloor is done. Yay. Oh boy, everything's in poor condition. It's fine. We got a bunch of money for this exact reason. Try not to spend all of my money too quickly. I like keeping a balance. One new rear wing is on. Race prep, we'll do this first. We can get into Q2. We know this 100%. One driver in 10th. I think I like that. We'll keep that there. Finish position strength of 12th. We're on 2 of 4. And we did another one. We're 15th for 3 in a row. On track. Perfect. We're going to give it to Kevin. And, oh, they're both done. Let's go. Let's get into race weekend.
We're in the state of year-round summer. It's the Miami
Year-round summer, is it super cloudy?
We're here in Florida at the Miami International Autodrome.
I've also been to Miami in the winter. It can get pretty cold.
Racing, and the excitement is only just beginning. Spectacle is the name of the game here in Miami, with a stadium at the heart of this track. With long straights and S-bends, not unlike Suzuka's Sector 1.
So, it's the funny timing. So, I'm a recent fan. It actually was the Miami Grand Prix this year that did it for me, where I saw that it was the classic. I was just interested because since it was, I'd heard about it online. Since it was a new race, I think it just kind of hit my like my sphere on Twitter, and so I saw it and I was like, oh, it's actually gonna be like heavy rain. Oof, it's gonna be like. I'll just wait until we get in there. It's gonna be like in the afternoon, because races are in the afternoon. It's just, normally they're in Europe. And so I was like, oh sure, I'll throw it on and just watch, just to see, because it'll be the first race I'd ever watched at that point. And so I remember I was just like a random Sunday and I threw it on. It was super interesting. Now looking back on it, the race wasn't the most exciting thing in the entire world, but I really kind of got into it. And so I watched Miami and I was like, oh, that was interesting. If it comes up again, I think it'll be fun to watch another one. And then I missed, because after Miami is Spain, and then after Spain is Monaco, if my memory is serving me correctly. And so I watched Miami, enjoyed it, didn't pay attention the next race for Barcelona, but then I came back onto it for Monaco because it's Monaco, and I started paying attention again, and like everyone was talking about Charles's history in Monaco, and like that was the big thing I was seeing on Twitter. And so I watched Monaco and all that. So I literally might just like fast forward until we hit rain. And so then I watched Monaco, and like that was really interesting. The Monaco race this year was really interesting. And so basically from then I've watched every race since then. So I'm very new in F1, but I'm into it hard. I always enjoyed like motorsport and stuff, but at the same time, I think we're just gonna send him out. And so it kind of like rekindled like my love of like cars and motorsport and stuff. And so then F1, honestly, like the timing of everything couldn't have been better, because then F1 22 came out and I bought that and I was playing it. And then this game came out and this game has got me down horrendous in terms of enjoying it. So it's been fun. I've really enjoyed it. But so yeah, I'm a very new fan. Like this season, new. But the benefits of that, from what I found, is I now have an entire backlog of F1 history to go back and enjoy at the same time. So I've been really enjoying getting into it. One sec.
Car in the wall.
Yeah, copy.
There's been a crash.
What's your thoughts on coming in or doing any more?
The car was great. Felt really good.
Copy that, understood.
balance.
I'm back. We have Mick at 80% and Kevin at 40%. Perfect. Yeah, new fan. The good news is that we actually live close enough to. I live in Texas, and so we live close enough to COTA where we're actually going to go to the U.S. Grand Prix in October, which has been my favorite race so far. It's a great question. Three. I'm gonna give me 1 sec to call these guys in. Oh man. Let me get them going again, and then I will answer that question. I want to pull up all the races because my brain is definitely not working 100% correctly right now. Let me take care of this real quick. This is pretty good. We'll try that. Getting reconfigured. Let's see what we got. Let's see. Baku was okay. Canada was okay. Silverstone was super good. I really enjoyed Silverstone, the British Grand Prix. That race was super interesting from many angles. From very many angles. So Silverstone's definitely up there. I think the back-to-back weeks of Silverstone and Austria were really good. France was okay. Hungary was okay. I was excited to see George get his first pole in Hungary. That was pretty cool. I was excited for Spa, but I think I was just more excited for racing to be back. Zandvoort was okay. It was pretty whatever. And then I was excited for Monza, but it kind of ended up being pretty okay as well. So that's kind of where I stand so far on all that. So I would say my favorite race was probably Silverstone, followed up in combination with Red Bull Ring the next time out. Doing fastest, let's go. Oh, and they didn't get to finish their setup confidence. Sad. That's okay. Any update? Add. Optimal. Oh, sheesh. I wouldn't really say I have a favorite like team as of right now. I do want Haas to do well, mainly because I think it has more to do with I really enjoy like like not to call Haas an underdog, but I really enjoy like underdog stories. So knowing Haas like is kind of still working on like they're like the little guys. So I'm always a big fan of like underdog stories. So I do like Haas and I want them to do well for a couple of reasons. But I wouldn't say they're like my main team. I wouldn't say at this point I really follow teams too much. Like it's interesting, but not really like I haven't really like I obviously didn't like grow up around it, so I feel like it's hard to support teams. I think at this point I support more drivers than teams per se. Which I don't know if that's like taboo or anything, but that's generally how I've looked at it so far.
Ready to check?
But if I did say I was support a team,
Green light, green light.
oh, it's actually a great question. I would, if you when I first started watching, I would have said McLaren, but the way they've kind of handled driver talks and everything recently with Danny and Daniel and the Oscar thing, they've kind of like fallen out of the easy way to put it, kind of fallen out of love with them at the moment. But in terms of a team, I guess if I were to say Haas probably is my favorite team. I think I definitely. What's the weather look like? It's a short stint. They just keep going. In terms of drivers, I like Charles. I kind of fell in love with Charles because I started really paying attention for Monaco, and like every story around Monaco has been about Charles. So I think that kind of made me interested in Charles. I really enjoy Carlos as well. I like them both of as drivers. I don't know if I wouldn't say I'm a fan of Ferrari as a team. Daniel Ricciardo I've really enjoyed. Seb, who I know is on AlphaTauri here. The more I learn about Alex Albon, I've also become more of a fan. So I would say I'm more of a fan of a lot of drivers more than a specific team. Ferrari have definitely gotten more in their own way than they probably should. It definitely is the theme. It would seem. Let's see who else. I do enjoy Lewis, but I think I'm more of a fan of I'm a fan of Lewis, but I think I'm also just a fan of kind of the person he is off the track. So I think I'd like to see him do well too. You know, the reason Ferrari have lost the championship is because of Ferrari. You're not exactly wrong. It's definitely been a whole thing with him this year that I don't really understand, but it's got to make sense to someone, I guess. Sure, let's go with that. I don't know how other people feel, but I've really enjoyed watching this season so far. You're a Verstappen fan, so you're not the biggest fan of Lewis. I get that. I could also, the more I learn about what happened last year, I get that. Um, that's fair too. I think as a person, like, a lot of people could learn a lot of stuff from Lewis as a person. Um, it's hard to I can't really speak on their battle last year just because I didn't see it live, and kind of everything I've seen on it is kind of a lot of reactionary stuff. So it's hard to say exactly how it would have gone then, but I get it. It's funny to see people's reactions to the both of them, and like in relation to looking from the other side. I wouldn't say I'm a Max fan, but I don't really have any problems with him, really. I think probably the only thing I can hold against him is the same thing a lot of people could say about Lewis during his run of like 4 or 5 in a row or whatever it was. Like, what was it, from like 2014 or 15 to 2020? Like that run. It's kind of the same thing where it's just like it really feels like things would be a lot more exciting if the championship was a lot closer. But I wouldn't say I really have a problem with Max too much.
We need to charge it.
Battery empty.
Copy.
Come on, Kevin. Give us the feedback. 93, I saw it. I saw it. Nice. Make 79.
Our race weekend continues as we head into FP3.
FP3 and quali. Let's go. Alright, I'm gonna simulate this one mainly because we got Kevin to 93, so I'm gonna do my best to set this up for Mick. Yeah, we're gonna simulate this to just get to quali. Sim. Not bad. It got to 89. You know, sometimes that's all you can ask for. Moderate rain. Moderate rain to start quali, but let's get into it.
Radio check.
Alright, first things first.
Radio's good.
Alright.
It should be green now.
Basically, we're gonna do like our first run and then just nothing else. Because unless we just end up at the bottom of the board at this point, then there's no point in going back out. So we're really only doing like one good lap here. How long have you been a Formula One fan, Crumpet? Sheesh, like everybody's going out, my god. And give Mick some clean air here, if we can. It's Kev. Alright. We're gonna hop on board with Kev and see if Kev runs into any issues. You grew up around it from like age 5 upwards? Nice. It's kind of funny. So, oh no. Oh man. I should have switched that out. Oh, nothing we can do about it now. So you've been around for forever. That's awesome. It's funny, I grew up in Indiana. So I grew up literally like an hour away from the Indy 500. Yeah, that's kind of the whole other thing. I grew up, I don't know. My family wasn't really super into like motorsport, even though we grew up in Indiana and for like the Indy 500 and stuff. Like, we definitely are a state that enjoys motorsport probably more than most. but it was just never really a thing for my family, which is always really interesting to me, knowing now, looking back. I think that's also part of it for F1 in terms of like F1 stuff, where the time situation just never really worked. I think it was also that I don't know if F1 was really on TV much before a few years ago, right? Or I don't know the history of like media deals for F1 in the US, but I know ESPN picked it up recently, and I know their contract just like renewed. So, all right, we're doing pretty okay. So I think the timing thing was definitely what got me to watch Miami, just because I'm gonna try and save us out of softs if we can. Yep, and our qualities, we're good. We're chilling. Yeah, we're vibing. Cool. The reason I watched Miami is because it was just on in the afternoon. I could just put it on.
I think that was a crash.
It is
We can take a look
Sergio.
now. So let's look at this. There's Sergio Perez.
Most of the races aren't that bad.
And that's
I always.
an off.
Ooh.
And a big off.
Oof, big shunt for Sergio there. Most European races aren't too bad. I think it's typically on race days, if I wake up at 8, I think they usually start about 8 in the morning where I'm at. So it's waking up a little earlier on the weekends than I normally would have otherwise, but all in all, it's not too bad. It's honestly kind of great for Fridays and Saturdays too, because I can just kind of wake up and then I'll just like throw on practice, and then for Saturday I'll just kind of roll out of bed and watch quali immediately. The downside is if I oversleep, then I have to try and avoid the results of quali on Saturdays if I wake up late. So that's less than ideal, but at the same time, it's okay. It works out. I would try and watch the races live, but if I miss quali, I'm usually not too.
Okay, and all the way to 0.
I'm usually not too disappointed. It's a free Q2, baby. Let's go. Free Q2. We love it. Continue. Now that we actually know, his engine's also starting to go. We'll keep an eye on it. That's your stuff doing. Your stuff's fine. Okay. We got a dry quali, baby. Dry quali. Right?
Ready to check?
Oh yeah, we're dry all the way through. I mean, track rubber is gonna be basically non-existent, but that's life. Send Mick out first. We'll let Kevin go out in that second round. I'm curious, speaking of when races are on, I think Singapore is going to be the first one I can think of that's like truly like over there on like the other side of the planet. So it'll be curious to see like what time that comes on. I haven't looked yet. So that one I might be watching after the fact more than closer to live. So, but that, we'll see. Makes on his first lap. Got a pretty clean lap. Let's see how we compare here. Faster than Albon, slower than Ricardo. Probably about 6 a.m. That sounds about right. I know it's definitely going to be earlier, but I'm not sure how much earlier kind of it's going to be. All right, where's Kevin at? Kevin's flying. Kevin should be pretty clean through all of it. I guess I can look and see, can't I? I just had it pulled up and I closed it. Sad. I know F1.com usually has the times. Singapore. didn't mean to go out on a new set of softs. Damn it. Alright, looks like we're burning a couple of sets of softs here. It says the race starts at 7. For me. I can dig it. That's not that bad. Practices and stuff start like at 5 in the morning, so less than ideal there, but it's not the worst. Alright, what are we looking at? Kevin, slower than Mick. Mick has kind of been on one. Let's see. Quality starts at 8, practices. FP3 starts at 5, FP1 starts at 5, FP2 starts at 8. It's in the morning. All right, how are we looking? K-Mag is still not out. Russell and Gasly definitely going to be going faster. I just seen this. Sonoda gets the Williams out of Q3 or Q1. I mean, it's pretty good. We're gonna try and get Kevin out before everyone else. I'm clicking the button at 3 minutes. Of course. Just too late. So we'll see. Kevin sneaks out in the middle, so pray for K-Mag. And Mick should have plenty of time. We're gonna hop on board with Kevin because he is the one that's further down and is definitely gonna be the one to run into more traffic than not. Around the final corner and off we go. That's fine. Sectors. Let's see if we can take advantage of anyone's mistakes. Yeah, Mick's gonna cross the line. We're fine. Oh. Sorry again about my voice. I'm trying to keep it pretty low key. I normally try and be a lot more animated, a little more energetic, but it's been a bit of a time. And Kevin has gone yellow. I hate everything about that. Mick goes green. That's good. It does not look like Kevin is going to be improving here, but Mick goes green. That's good. Kevin does not improve, going yellows all the way around. So Kevin is out. Mick, you can hop on board with Mick here, coming around the last corner. Mick is through. Mick is through. Let's go. What was the, hold on, pause. What was the, oh. Pretty close. Hey, if we take those, let's go. Dude, Kevin is really leaving a lot to be desired this season. All right, Mick, you're starting you on a used set of tires this time, I promise. Here to Q3, baby, let's go.
Radio check.
Green flags. Bump up the speed here a little bit. We're gonna send Kevin now. Kevin, sorry, I'm so used to Kevin being the one in Q3, not Mick. We're gonna send Mick. Hopefully catch a bit of clean air. Albon, don't fuck me. Daniel, you're fucking me. Get out of the way. Oh god. Alright, I mean track times are gonna be what they're gonna be until the end of the session, so yeah, we're not a full second off of Leclerc here. But we had a lot of traffic though. We're paying the favor though for Daniel, so Even though Daniel still goes 4/10 faster than us. I wonder if he was on fresh tires or not. Alright, we're gonna click the button slightly before 3 minutes now. I'm gonna bump it down 4 times just so you're right. Right before like 3:10. About 3:08. Done. Nice. Here we go, baby, for all the marbles. Let's go, Mick. Mick goes green, first sector, things you love to see. Need to make up. I mean, Mick needs to go like tenths faster. I don't know if we're gonna get tenths faster, but if we can out qualify Albon, I think we'll be pretty a-okay with that. Goes green, green. Wonder how much. In theory, we should be going a lot faster than before because of traffic. Oh, Mick up into P5. Let's go, Mick. Let's go. Everyone else comes across the line. Slowly falling back down the order. Slowly falling back down the order. Ocon displays Albon. Not last. Not last. Let's go. P9 for Meg, P11 for Kev. On to race day.
It's race day with the teams and drivers ready and raring to go.
Has proved quite resourceful during qualifying. That puts them in a very good position to make the most of this race start. Alpine demonstrated a lot of grit during qualifying here, and will be hoping that the hard work pays off when it comes to the race. And the clouds today look very ominous, which means that teams may have to contend with rain at some point during the
Little wet race around Miami potentially. It's not showing rain. Yeah, so it's not showing rain, which is good. Doesn't mean there won't be, but it's not showing, which I guess is the good part. Here's always my problem with like the one-stop strats. Like one-stop strats that allow for like almost no like big pushes. We'll do the opposite with Kevin here. Oh no, sorry. We'll do the opposite with Kevin here. End on the medium, start on the hard, push you out like all the way. I mean, is there a world potentially? The goal is to play track position with Kev. We're getting after it with Mick. I'm gonna leave. We'll push fuel. I'll actually deploy with Kev too, but we'll leave his tires on normal.
It's a bit of a cloudy day for the race, but the atmosphere is
Bit of a cloudy one.
Mick Schumacher there. They're in the front half of the pack, so there's plenty of potential for them. Then we have Kevin Magnussen. They're in the back half of the pack, so they'll need to work hard if they want a podium finish. Everything's been building to this. One of the newest races in F1, and hopefully one of the most exciting too. It's the Miami Grand
5
Prix.
red lights.
It's lights out,
And away we go. Come on, Mick. Bump it up to 2 times speed. Mick up into P8, getting past Danielle.
With an overtake.
Kevin still P12, still vibing. Kev's vibing. He's peeking though. He's seeing if he can make a move. We're gonna lower his ERS output back to neutral, probably around 75%. So basically, probably like the end of the straight, if I had to guess. See if he can make a move here. Nah, it's just it's a long line. It's a very long line. I'm actually gonna leave him on deploy for this lap as well. Let's see if we can open up a gap behind and break that second barrier behind if we can to Zhou and the Aston. If we can do that down these straights and get a tow behind Gasly here, then we might be vibing. Nick's kind of doing the same thing to Ricardo up ahead too, so we may actually deploy with him as well now. Emily make a move around the outside? Thought about it. Alright, we've broken the 1 second barrier behind to Zhou. That's good. Mick is going to probably be caught in the back, a bit of a train once DRS gets enabled, which is a-okay by me. Alright, Kev is going back to neutral. It's about to go down. DRS enabled.
DRS is enabled.
Oh, Mick is really on that. Oh, Mick's up into 7th. How did I missed it.
Now just focus on the Haas.
On the inside. Dude, Mick is performing this season much better than Kevin is.
And there they go. Moving
Yo, Javier, how you doing, my guy? Welcome in.
the driver's team there cheering them on.
How you doing this morning for you? This evening for me? In case you can't read my morning, I'm dealing with some throat stuff, so it's gonna be a bit of quieter vibes. So nothing too exciting today. Yo, Mick is on a mission right now. Mick up into P6.
Is that a new race position for Haas?
You just saw it, so I'm not gonna watch it again. Kevin, how you doing? Still has DRS on those ahead, but man, the pace is monstrous.
Yep, low battery.
Copy.
It's fine. I'll actually harvest with Mick a little bit. And we get a fastest lap.
We just need to charge up.
Copy.
Good. You're starting to work in a supermarket. Let's go. Get a little bit of that extra bunts. A little bit of that extra little cashola. We love that. First job kind of deal. Is that what this is, or are you a seasoned veteran when it comes to the workforce so far? Open up that wing K-Mag. Let's get it. Kevin's just like right at the end of the DRS train, so he just needs to stay. He just needs to stay in it, and we're gonna sacrifice a couple laps and recharge ERS. I used a little too much to start the race, unfortunately. But Kevin's up into P11.
That sounds like someone's gone wide there.
Mick's still hanging out in P6. Alright, after this lap, we'll set them back to neutral. Nah, you're new. It's kind of what I figured, but I never know. You know. You never know. Alright, Kev's going back to neutral. So it's Mick. Chance will hop back down. Watch Kevin's battle. Mick usually does pretty okay when you kind of just leave him on his own. Kind of falling off the back of the front pack, so we'll have to worry about that in a bit. We're also going to lower Kev's fuel a little bit, so. First job, I'm trying to think, my first job, I was actually a lifeguard at our city's pool. It's a first job. I actually did that for a couple of years in the summers and stuff. Wasn't too bad. Hi Kev, let's just get pulled along by Gasly here. All we gotta do is hang on to the back and hopefully we'll start to put in some work. What tire is everybody on? So we're the only ones with Orson Push Max and needs to catch up. So Kev's on a different strat than everyone else. So we're starting Kevin on the hards because he qualified behind Mick. And we're trying to do more split strategy stuff between the two drivers now. So for him, we're trying to We're trying to go long with Kev, so if we just worried about getting pulled along by Gasly here, he'll drag us along back towards the front pack. See, we're already lapping faster than Albon, you know, about the same as Ricardo, so we're getting there. We're just kind of getting dragged along right now. It's early. It's early. We're okay. Mick, how you doing? Mick is firmly in a DRS train. We love to see it. Move you back down to standard just because you're just going to get dragged along as well. That's probably a good call. It's probably a good call. Oh yeah. Posture check. A big change I've actually tried to make recently is I like lean over onto like my desk and tables and stuff too much. So I've tried to actually like do more like straight arms sitting. It's actually been kind of nice. Kevin making a move down the inside. All right, we'll deploy with Kev and see if we can put in a little bit of pace on this lap. We're not gonna push tires, but we can play around with his ERS and try to start to push more towards the front pack. We are lapping faster than Albon right now, so I mean we're 3 seconds back, but we're cutting in. Ever get like dry lips and so they start to like peel a little bit, so you kind of want to like tear it off, but at the same time you don't. It's kind of me right now. Hi Mick, let's close the gap. If they're fighting, we want to be right there.
Alfa Romeo just moved up a place.
Okay, so right there. We are getting dropped by the front group. Kev's lapping almost just as fast as Albon, but Gasly is definitely slowing us up. You're right. The problem is I don't really want to push him too much since we're on the opposite strategy, and the whole point is to stretch out. But if we get dropped too much, it's not going to matter. We'll see what it looks like at lap 20, and we may make a decision from there. We may just box early and try and finish on mediums and go real long on mediums. We'll have to see. Nick, how you doing? Still just getting dragged along, huh, Mick? Claire almost gave us an opening. No. Hey, there we go. Hey, you can see it all the time. Hopefully. Where are you at? Kevin's all right. We're putting in some time. It looks like the mediums race like competitiveness is starting to fall off a little bit. Oh, crash! Safety car. Safety car. Yeah, what happened?
Car in the wall.
Albon crashed.
Let's see what happened there.
Albon.
Now look at this.
Oh.
Daniel Ricciardo involved here.
Uh-oh, McLaren on McLaren violence. McLaren on McLaren violence. Oh no.
And there's the collision.
Those
It's
are what
caused
those are
absolute
called
carnage.
free race positions. We love the biddies. Conserve fuel, and if he drops back, push it back on neutral. That's fair. We'll leave it on balance. It looks like they've been able to. It looks like they've been able to save fuel pretty effectively. So we have to imagine Norris is boxing here. Yeah, they're just letting us go. Let's go. Kevin up into the points. I'm now. It's hard. Since we put Kevin on the opposite strategy, we can't really turn him into it. I don't think we can.
That's a new race position for Haas.
I don't know if we can turn him into a 2-stop. Or if we continue with the 1-stop. I don't know. How are we lapping compared to Albon now? We're at least that last lap. We still lapped faster than Albon. Although Gasly here is probably going to be our undoing more than anything. And now we have a Ferrari behind us. When did that happen?
Looks like that was a position gained for
Pretty-
Alfa Romeo.
It's pretty back there though. We'll stay on board here with Kevin. Bully him out, Kev. Bully him out. And now we're lapping the same as Albon. Do we want to take bets on how long it'll take the Ferrari to close this 4.5 second gap? I don't think it'll be long. Alonso and Leclerc are literally just fighting so much. Continue with Magnussen on 1-stop, otherwise to ruin his race because you put him on. Yeah, that's ultimately the same thinking. Yeah, you can't. If we could put him hard on back onto another set of hard tires, we could, but there's no way we're gonna stretch a medium, and converting a hard tire into a 2-stop just does not seem like the move. I don't remember seeing very many people start on softs. That's a very early stop for medium runners. I guess it is like the bottom half medium runners. Honestly, I think as of right now, we're kind of just chilling. Gasly and I have closed up this gap on Albon. Gotten it closer down to 2 seconds, so we're kind of just chilling as of right now. What's wrong with you? Oh, your engine. We knew that. That's okay. We knew that was coming. Alright, at this point with Mick, we're not really in a competitive window on the tires to really push and attack, so we're kind of just getting dragged along right now, which is kind of perfect for our strategy. Kevin, we're still going long. This tire wear is pretty much bang on. I think that extra long stint of aggressive at the beginning probably didn't help, but we're going to be fine on fuel. VRS is a little low, but I really don't want to change it because Mick is getting precarious behind us, Alpine and Ferrari, and Kevin's dropped off to Gasly, so now Kevin is all about going long. I may actually try and close this 4/10 back up, because the longer that we can get dragged along by Gasly, the better. Especially since he is closing the gap to Albon ahead, so if we can just continue to get dragged along, that's better than not. We're not gonna have DRS here. I'm gonna manually, yeah. I was kind of hoping he would have a little low. Yeah, once we get him back into DRS, we'll move him probably down to light, and we'll hope for a safety car in the second half. Kind of wish Kevin had been at like 65% ERS rather than 30. I honestly might leave him on Harvest, and we're gonna jump a lap. We're just gonna jump one lap right here. Oh, now Kevin's like 2 seconds off. It was ambitious. Let's see if it pays off. We'll deploy down the straights and see if this can close the gap at all. ERS does, or ERS does wonders. Mick is in his pit window, totally fine. He is still exactly where we want him to be. We'll now start paying closer attention to what the rest of the field does in terms of pitting. Okay, let's close it up a little more than 9/10. DRS, close up the gap a little bit. Thank you. Thank you. All right, Kevin is now right up back on the tail of Gasly, so he should get dragged along with DRS and conserving tires more. Mick, I mean, we're pretty much bang on with Mick. Everyone's gonna probably start pitting soon. Gasly's closed the gap to Albon to almost a second, so we're right there with him. Alright, Mick is down to 30%. You have some good strategies for sure. It's not bad. I mean, you definitely have to start to get a lot more creative when you get to one-stop strategies. Because once you get to one-stop strategies, it's really all about managing everything more than you think. I'm guessing... Do we pit Mick early? Do we pit Mick early? Like, do we pit Mick this lap? Because Verstappen just pit, which means... And Mick is also under 30%. So I think we're actually looking at maybe pitting Mick early to try and cover off everyone who's probably going to pit this lap and gap all the people who behind. So I'm actually going to box Mick this lap. And we'll box Mick this lap. Cover off any undercutters or hopefully any overcutters. Behind Kevin is vibing. Yeah, Kevin is caught up to this DRS train and is now conserving tires and is doing fine on fuel. So Kevin is in the long game. Kevin also has the benefit of an almost 11-second gap behind to Zhou. So Kevin, I'm a little less worried about. We'll stick with Mick.
He loved the biddies.
Yeah, he's gonna crash. He's put him in for too long. Agreed. So looks like looks like a lot of boxing this lap. So hopefully we don't get caught up here. Perfect. Right back out behind the two we were. That'll be good. Back to balanced fuel. I'm going to conserve through these couple of turns here, try and build up a little ERS, but we're definitely going to want to push to get back towards DRS range if we can. But we'll see what kind of lap times we're looking at here. Kevin, how you doing? Kevin's up to P5. Obviously is not boxed yet. Everyone else boxed at this point? Yeah. Norris hasn't, but he boxed earlier for his crash.
Energy's good.
Oh, I forgot I left Kevin on charge. That's my B. That is my B. So Russell also is not pit, and Ocon has not pit. So I think we got to make these tires last a lot longer than I thought. Okay. So Kevin, we are entirely vibing. And Mick's a little off the pack. Let's deploy down the straight and see if we can close the gap up to Alonso a little bit. %, we'll leave it at that. Kevin up to P4. Are we gonna beat Ocon out of the pits? Yes, yes we are. Make it back up into P7. Ocon comes out 6.5 seconds behind. Perfect. Kevin, well off the pace. And now, besides Russell, who's gotta be pitting this lap, like, has to be. Yeah. I was gonna say, that's a bit of a bold move to not pit that lap. Let's see, Verstappen will take over the lead. Russell's gonna come out in third. So, I mean, realistically, that's a great result for them. K-Mag, still vibing. At this point, I may move Kevin back to standard tires just because we don't want to fall off too much as of right now, and we don't want to allow the new fresh tires behind to catch up too much. So I'll move him back to standard and actually might like deploy down the straights a little bit rather than push tires. Hey, how you doing? Leclerc catch up so he gets dragged, and if Mick catches up, just tell Max and late. That's true. We could do that. I think at this point though, like I always feel like if you run the hard tire first strat, it's always very easy to get kind of dropped. So I kind of want to keep up as much pace with Kevin as possible as we go, primarily just using the ERS down that back straight essentially. Like Leclerc is going to catch us no matter what, and so I'm trying to keep as much pace as possible to trying to super overcut everyone behind him who we're going to be trying to like beat out basically. Because I mean the Ferrari is going to catch us, like that's just facts of life. And even leaving it on deploy, we're still losing time to Russell. We'll leave it deploy on this lap, and we'll move it to harvest next lap probably, and then we'll kind of just do this until we hit Kevin's pit stop. I mean, even on deploy, Leclerc's already made up so much time. Alright, now Kev goes to harvest for a lap. Signs is 7.7, 7.8 behind Mick. How you doing, Mick? Chillin'? Mick's tires are much better than Signs. Well, Signs was had to have been one of the ones that pitted very early in that first round that I just missed. We love the biddies. Yeah, I think Mick is pretty much going to end up net P6 here because Kevin obviously still has the box. So I think Mick made up all of his positions, you know, pretty much a while ago. So I think Mick has a pretty solid. Oh, there goes Leclerc, by the way. Honestly, though, if we can get dragged along by a Ferrari, I would not be upset.
Ferrari, advance! chance of race position.
Yeah, I think mixed race is pretty much set in stone from here. I mean, he's just going to vibe all the way to the end. Kevin is the one that we need to worry about the most, because he's the one that has the most to lose here. Because, I mean, what are we looking at? What, a pit stop's like 20 something odd seconds. I mean, we're realistically looking out coming out here probably around P11 or 12. So if we can get dragged along by a Ferrari and try and increase the pace a little bit, then I wouldn't be upset. My one fear with covering off Ocon is if Sainz kind of drags Esteban and Gasly and Albon up with him, but I'm also wondering if this battle here will kind of keep Carlos behind a little bit longer than he normally would. But I mean, there's only 24 laps to go, so we'll have to see. But yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot more we can do with Mick, unfortunately. Thankfully though, Leclerc should drag us along fairly easily here. And we're already, I mean, that last lap, even with a little bit of ERS, to the point where we're lapping 4/10 slower than Mick. Faster than Alonso, though, so there's always that. We don't want to pass Leclerc. We want to get dragged along by Leclerc. Honestly, I might just see how long Kevin can get dragged along with ERS or DRS, and maybe try and just run him as long as possible and hope and pray that he doesn't crash with bad tires. Although he is just getting absolutely dropped right now. Alright, never mind. We'll be boxing Kevin next lap. Realistically, we should be boxing him this lap. Realistically. I could have boxed this lap. Go ahead and deploy the rest of the way in. Alright, no DRS, but that's okay. Hit him next lap? You think? I mean, we're already out of DRS. Alonso is caught up significantly. I think if we're gonna pit, it's gotta be now. Because we're only gonna get slower. Like, we've already lost so much time. So I'm gonna box him this lap. And then, or yeah, no, we boxed him this lap. We got, as soon as it hit 30%, Leclerc dropped us like it was nothing. So we'll box him this lap and we will rage. Our box has to be all the way at the end because, of course, yeah. Looks like P11 is where we'll come out here. Hopefully. Yeah, P11 here. So if Kevin just needs to make up 8.5 seconds, that's all. On a DRS train. Easy. So it looks like Kevin may be ending up outside the points here, but you know, we were hoping for a free stop with a potential safety car, so that's gonna be what we're gonna be. But let's see what happens here with Mick, who is lapping 2/10 slower than Alonso. I've had to pee for like 10 minutes, so I'm gonna be right back. So keep an eye on everything. Javier, you're in charge. Okay. Realistically, it doesn't look like I missed much. Ocon and Sainz are fighting. There's that. Mick dropped 3/10 behind. We love the biddies. Did he get the wall a little bit? That doesn't surprise me. Seems about right. Kevin, now it's a 9-second gap, so unfortunately the reverse one stop doesn't seem to really have worked out for Kev. I think just not being in this DRS train behind Mick is just really what hurt Kev there. A free pit stop with a safety car would have been mint, but just did not seem to be in the cards. I'll bump up the speed a little bit, just because I don't think really a whole lot is going to change. So unless something comes up, we'll make sure nothing goes awry. But I think this race is primarily over. We might have been able to make something happen with Kevin and ERS, but I think all in all, I don't think we're going to be able to charge enough and deploy effectively enough to make up the ground. Unless Kevin is just doing godly on tires, then we could potentially just run him on aggressive. We'll put Kevin on aggressive tires for a few laps and see if that does anything for him. Kind of cover up this gap at all. Mick looks like he has P6 pretty locked up here. That 7-second gap behind doesn't really look like it's getting closed too much. It looks like Sainz and Ocon are fighting enough that I don't think Mick is in too much danger.
We've just had a car run wide.
Not the Williams. Kevin has closed that gap down to 6.7, so although we don't really have the fuel advantage here, I'm wondering if we could potentially like run it on aggressive tires but save fuel for a couple laps and see how that affects everything. Kevin's flying? Hello? He's flying? Oh, the back marker. The back marker slowed everyone else up. That was like a full second he just saved right there. I don't know if you saw that. I mean, Kevin... Alright, now he's losing a little bit of time. They're pitting? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. There's 4 people doing a 2-stop, including Sergio Perez and Sainz. Kevin into the points. Let's go. When Dom when is 1.7 out? So I've heard. I don't know, and I don't think they've announced when. I've heard it's gonna come maybe this week. Maybe this weekend. This coming weekend. I heard towards the end of September is I think about when they were planning for 1.7 to come out, but I don't know if they've set an actual day yet. I can't wait for it though. More stuff is always good. I'll never complain. All right, I think we may have just secured a... Never mind. I was about to say, I think we secured a double points finish until Kevin decided to run wide. That's cool.
I think we've had a car run wide.
Yeah, I know, we saw, it's fine. Kevin still got 13 seconds back to Norris though, so I think we might have a double points finish here. We have 10 laps. Ocon's 10 seconds behind. Sainz is 13.5 seconds behind Kevin. I think we're vibing. Definitely gonna make sure Kevin has enough fuel to last.
I think someone's run wide.
Ricciardo runs wide. Ferrari's so fast, man. Why's it gotta be so fast, man? I mean, we love the biddies. This is why we might be getting rid of Kevin. Yeah, I think we're gonna do one more race. I hopped on early because I gotta hop off a little early, but we're gonna do another race after this for sure.
Let's take a look at the replay. All eyes on Kevin Magnussen here.
Literally all Kevin had to do is not that. That's literally all he had to do is not that. Major front wing damage. Like, how major? Motherfucker, there's 6 laps left. Motherfucker, there is 6 laps left. Sainz is 2 seconds behind. Sainz is gonna catch us. I'm not pitting him. He did this to himself. He did this to himself. He gets to fend off the Ferrari now. Good luck, Kevin. Great. Fantastic.
Oh, and Ferrari just gained a place.
See, this is the kind of shit Mick would do in season 1. Like, Kevin would be solidly in the points, and Mick would be like in P10. We'd be looking totally fine. All he had to do is not that, and then, oh my god, we're gonna lose out to Vettel too. Literally. I mean, save the components. Conserve fuel, finish. You're gonna finish, by God, but... It's so frustrating. That's so frustrating. Who knows? Safety car this lap? Safety car?
That's a position gained for AlphaTauri.
Piastri, I've thought about Piastri. Like, Piastri is one of those interesting ones. We love the biddies. So what, after Miami is...
A position gained for Alfa Romeo.
What is after Miami? Imola, right? No, not Imola. It's Spain.
It's good.
Spain is after Miami. Spain is after Miami. Yellow flag. Safety car. Safety car.
They crashed out.
Twin crash.
Here's the replay. Now we see the Williams here.
We're going to Spain, even though we're already there without the S.
Dear me, they won't have been expecting that.
That was tough to see. I'm sorry you guys had to see such a horrific crash by the Williams driver. Yeah, I mean, we're chilling to the end here.
Great overtake.
Save the components as much as possible. Solid points for Mick. Disappointment from Kevin. He rounds the final
it's
corners.
Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton with the win today.
Lewis beats Verstappen. Interesting.
So that is checkered flag, but you can keep pushing.
Solid points for
Yeah,
Mac.
That was great. Thank you.
Solid points for Mac.
He's living the dream. Exceptional work from Mick Schumacher.
Yeet. Great result from Mick.
Haas there having a very successful day at the races.
Just a really solid showing out there, which is exactly what they needed.
Good job,
And they're in
guys. Good
sixth
job.
place in the constructor standings at the end of this weekend.
Forgot to pay attention to how. I mean, Alpine had a great day because Fernando finished above me and Esteban finished behind me, so that's a great day for them. Mick gets 8 points. It's great. We lose 8 points to Alpine ahead, but continuing to widen the gap behind, so rough one to say the least. Any development points, please? No. Okay. Congrats Mick on your 250k. What a race. Hopefully we'll come out better next time. Ooh, cool. New design is completed. That's good. That's good. Suspension done. We will make a couple of those. That means we get to do another thing. Let's do... We've done one for literally everything. Let's do another rear wing. Cool. Look at our low speed up to 5th. That's really good. And our DRS delta will get up to 5th. We love that. Yeah, I think we'll focus on high speed. I know that won't help us anywhere. It'll help us in Baku. For sure, so 32 days. How long is this? This is gonna take a long time. 44 days. Oh, we have. Okay, never mind. 44 days, which means we're really looking at Silverstone or Austria. I mean, we're gonna need top speed for Austria, so. I see. Oh, I see. I now see the difference between rushed and intense. The expertise and rear wing development will increase. Ah, but it does cost 2.5 mil, but we're rich, so that's fine. Exceeding expectations, baby. That's us. Got some development points to divvy out. Side pods up to 80, love it. And feedback. Cool. I don't know if there's anything else to worry about right now. Wind tunnel, done. Refurb, done. New side pods. Not bad. It's not bad. We're working on it. We're getting there. We're getting there. Prep. Reach Q3, huh? How about reach Q2? How about reach Q2? How's that sound? Doing pretty good on the last one. We're just not going to touch anything. And here we are in Spain. I don't remember if we could do anything. So. Oh, it's a beautiful day in Spain. Barcelona.
Formula One has cranked up the heat over Barcelona. The first Grand Prix held here was won by Nigel Mansell after a wheel-to-wheel battle with Ayrton Senna. But who will follow in his footsteps this weekend? Long straights and medium speed turns dominate here, but there's something else to watch out for at Barcelona. The air currents are strong and unpredictable, and they'll be giving aerodynamic components a real run for them.
Our dirty air stuff is pretty good, so I'm not super worried about that. Forgot to look at weather, clear. Oh, we are good to go. Maps. Sure. Very extreme. Kevin likes it the other way. You know what's an old thing that most of you young pups might just be too young for, that I rediscovered last night? We love the biddies. You serious? Are you guys control Magnussen and me Schumacher? I could be down to starting a new series. To do that, chat controls one driver. I'll control the other. I would probably start it on a different save, and we could pick a semi-competitive team. We could do like Mercedes or something. Just because I feel like building like that could take a while. So I wonder like if we did Mercedes or one of the upper teams, maybe. That could be interesting. Maybe like Alpine, one of those. I want to stay away from like the top runners, just because I feel like you don't want to make it too easy. But that would be really interesting. You know, since I recently did just hit 150 followers, I was trying to come up with an idea for a way to celebrate. And one way I did think about was, yeah, I think that'd be pretty fun. Yeah, one way I was thinking about celebrating is doing an overnight stream for me, where I'll like on a Friday or something, I'll start late and then basically go all night to celebrate. Basically, just do one super long stream, but also where like most of you hopefully pick a day that like most of everyone who's not American could take part and like hang out, and we could do. So that honestly might be a great way to do that. To that idea, when we can get a long stretch where everyone can kind of be on and not busy. I think it'd be interesting. I'm still working out the kinks of it, but I think it's an interesting idea. It's a good idea though. I'm gonna write that down before I forget. Pause that real quick. There you go. It's noted. It's noted on the notepad. Oh, what we got? Good, bad. We love the biddies. Not bad. Go back that way. For me, it's Friday evening and Saturday morning. That's fair. I may put out a thing over Discord soon, kind of talking about that and start planning that. So if you're not a part of the Discord, you can find the link down below or in the chat as the social spot rolls around. But that may be a good way to organize that a little bit. We may do that. I don't know when I'm gonna do it exactly. I was thinking about doing it in a couple of weeks where we could potentially also in that overnight session could include me watching like quali or the next race in Singapore on stream. There we go, like watch it in Discord or something at the end of it. So I'll be thinking about it. It could be fun. I'll put the feelers out over Discord or something, and we'll see if we'll get some thoughts basically. Grand wide. That's a good idea to include it though. That could take it. That could be good.
Wide there.
Let me guess. It's Mick. Oh, Alonso running wide. I love this game too much. I remember when I first picked it up, I really wasn't sure how much I would be into it, but now that we've like just been playing, like this has been some of the most fun I've had on stream in a long time.
We love the biddies.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll probably put out a post on there soon.
What do you think?
Ish. Oof. Soon-ish. Just start, getting idea of who could potentially be interested in joining and trying to get some ideas and input from other people.
Okay,
Flag.
all the way to zero. All the way to zero. Car off.
All right. 39 and 64%. Generally not a good thing, but I think we'll be all right. We're working on it. We're working on it. Sure, let's try that. Kev. Not good, huh? Not good. Guess that's kind of to be expected. Looking at those results there. Let's try that, Kev. How's that sound? Sure. We'll manage this one. We'll sim FP3 and we will get on to quali.
Radio check.
Forgot to change their components again. Keep forgetting. Someone did that series and went from 10 viewers to 110 viewers. Nice. I think it's definitely an interesting idea. I think trying to get as much involvement as possible. I think it's something I want to definitely schedule out a couple of weeks in advance to really get the word out. I think the hardest part is going to be like finding the right time to do it, because I definitely feels like the non-American audience is probably the most likely to want to get involved. And so, but the problem is I don't really know like the right timing to aim for that. Like, is it better to potentially do it over like the Saturday, Sunday, basically like Saturday night to Sunday morning for me? So it's already the weekend everywhere else, and we can kind of like just make that the whole thing. Or like, I don't know, you know? I think it's the timing that's gonna be hard.
How does it feel?
70, nice. To figure out exactly. I'll think about it. We'll figure it out. We got an optimal, nice. Mike, what do you think? Try that. Make up graphics for it, post it on Twitter, post it everywhere. We love the biddies. Then we won't be only then we watch and play, so it's more fun for viewers. No, I definitely get it. I definitely understand. It definitely will be a great it's definitely a great idea. We could also potentially make that kind of a running day or something, because I know, I mean, watching it on stream can only get so exciting. Watching someone else play it, but getting more of chat involved definitely is a good shout. We could potentially do it where could do like 2 days a week, my Haas series 1 day a week, do chats team series. Could be a good one. Probably make it the last day of the week for the streams, that we could potentially go later if we needed to. It's not a bad call though. It's not bad. Yeah. Practice sessions really are like the bane of this game. The problem is the right timing in the Netherlands. We have soccer on Saturday, but you have it Sunday. Yeah, I want to one of the things I want to try and figure out is that this will probably take place more on Discord and stuff, is trying to find a good time that works the best for everyone. It also doesn't need to be a one-off. I'm just thinking more for the first one. Try and find a time that works for everyone and see what works best for everyone. We'll figure it out. We'll get all the details ironed out, and hopefully it'll go all right. 75 and 79. Struggling.
Welcome back to what is proving to be an exciting weekend of Formula One racing, with practice coming to a close today and qualifying set to follow.
Quali's coming, baby. Quali's coming. Clear skies. What do we got? Oof. try that. I'm gonna sim this one. So um sure. We'll sim this sesh. Yeah, the other hard part obviously is just the 88 for both. Sure, that works. Get into it. Quali, baby. Quali. The other hard part is just the fact that, like, really the only way that makes sense is, like, for me to go overnight. But I feel like the timings are still just not gonna line up perfectly. Or it's like I'm almost asking people to give up their whole day. For, like, your instance, it would basically be giving up your whole day to stay and hang out with me. But I feel like just, like, evenings over there might make more sense. Where it doesn't feel like it's the whole day. So, I don't know. We'll figure it out. That's just kind of my initial thoughts on it. I forgot to swap out Kevin's components. Dang it. He's already out. He's already out and he's already going. I want to see how long it might take. Ooh, Kevin goes green. He had gone green, middle sector. Or purple middle sector, rather. Make begins his flyer and immediately he's gonna run into traffic. We love that. So much traffic. Alright, so we're gonna prioritize Mick going out first later. .6 seconds, huh? Yeah. Yeah, we're just gonna have to hope that Kevin can make it through to Q2 and then we'll be able to swap out his engine for a new one. And the fact that we're only 0.6 seconds off of the pace here is pretty good though. Kevin faster than Max Verstappen, by the way. Verstappen washed. He's washed. We love the biddies. Do it on Saturday for you in the middle of the day. That's true. That's actually a solid shout. I think originally I was planning to do it overnight just because I feel like that makes most sense for me, but Saturday middle of the day actually makes a lot of sense timing wise. That's a great shout. Every European is tired now because it's 3:30 in the morning. Yeah, that's totally fair. That's fair. I think realistically I just need to do more research on time zones and everything just to kind of get an idea of where everyone is and everyone would want to watch. And kind of focus on time from there, but actually starting in the middle of the day for me might actually make a lot of sense, and then it can kind of roll. I mean, basically as long as I want it to go at that point. All right, we're gonna send Mick first, Kevin last. I'm gonna send him like 255. All right. Hopping on board with Mick Schumacher. You know, Spain almost went super well for us last season. So that should, stand to reason that it should go decently for us this season too. And we made some dumb mistakes last season, which hopefully we can improve on this season. It goes green, which is good because I feel like it would hardly get much worse. Kevin just started his lap, so hard to read too much into that. Mick crossed the line, goes 11th fastest. Mick might be doing. Kevin goes yellow first sector, bad.
And all the way to zero. All the way to zero.
Hopping on board with Kev here. It goes yellow last sector, which is not great. Seb and the Alpha Tower going 12th fastest. Wow. Are we about to be out? Kev goes yellow middle. Kev, what is going on, my guy? I mean, is your engine wear really that bad? Oh, I think we're out. Oh, we're through. We're through, baby. We're through. Let's go. Whew, just enough. Just enough. Oh, just enough. Wow, let's go. Q2, baby, Q2. You around New York or in the 6 hours behind you live Cali, and then you're 7. Yeah, I'm right in between, so probably 7. Yeah. Love the biddies. I like how you posted it and then posted it again with bits. I appreciate it. 92 and 92. Sure. Run first round on use set of tires. Let's see if we can get another Q3 appearance. Yeah, I'll do a little research and see and try and find the right time.
Green light, green light.
Gotta make a note of that before I forget. There we go. Noted. Send Kevin out first. Remember, use set of tires. We're not taking too much away from this lap. We love the biddies. It's funny you say that. I live in Texas, so I'm almost exactly like halfway. Is the hilarious part. So I live in the central time zone, if that helps. Here, I can do some Googling right now. Don't know where in the Netherlands, so I'm just gonna choose Amsterdam. So yeah, it's 8:42 p.m. for me right now. In the Netherlands, it is 3:42 a.m. Let's see. It's 9 a.m. in Singapore. It's not bad. I think like who else, because I know Fury says I think he lives in Singapore. Based on what you just said, you said Netherlands. We love the biddies. Yeah, I literally live literally right in the middle of the two you said, which is hilarious to me. Let's see. K-Mag's got the pace, so we're gonna send Mick out first. Yeah, literally dead middle, dead center, baby, dead center. I didn't switch out Kevin's components again. My God, I've dropped every ball so far this session. Kevin still went P12 there in the first session, so. We're gonna send them both out first. Why not? We can do that. Let's see. I don't know when everyone also go. $11 a.m. in Melbourne. It's 2 a.m. and 2 a.m. in London. I feel like I should have known. Yeah, it's like the middle of the night for most of Europe right now. Honestly, the fact that most of you show up at this point is a godsend. I was not paying any attention.
Is that a lockup?
Kevin did not improve, and neither did Mick. We're out. 14 and 15. I was not paying attention, so that's on me.
The time has come for these drivers to fight it out wheel to wheel. Race day has arrived.
Haas gave a solid performance in qualifying, and they'll be happy enough with their grid position here. Let's see if they can make it work for them. Although we didn't see a standout performance from Alpine during qualifying, everything's still open to them during this race. And the sky is looking grey and cloudy today. An effective tyre strategy could prove very valuable as the race plays out.
Well, Formula One is back in Barcelona, and the teams have got their work cut out for them.
Haarlem, Netherlands. Yeah, it says 8 p.m. is so. If we change it to 45, yeah, it's about 3:45 a.m. The fact that you're up at 3:45 a.m. watching me is crazy to think about. All right, a little two-stopper kind of day. A little two-stopper. This is pretty normal. Qualified the best. I can't remember. I think for Kevin, we're gonna do this strat. Right? Because then it'll be different pit laps, right? We're looking at 24 versus 22, and then 46 versus 49. That looks good. The same tire sets, but different strats.
The drivers have now taken position on the grid, and it's looking like a cloudy day.
Built different than those.
Mick Schumacher there.
I believe
They're
it.
starting in the bottom half of the grid today, so there's a lot of cars between them and the podium.
It's been a long time, but we visited Amsterdam back in 2018. We really enjoyed it. We want to go back. So I definitely understand how you guys are just built different over there.
On the Formula One calendar. This is the Spanish Grand Prix. And it's
Lights out. The lights didn't go out. They're all disqualified. Lights didn't go out. Everyone's disqualified. Get them all out of our race, except for us. We're obviously not disqualified. I forgot to change Kevin's engine again. I'm an idiot.
Alpha Tauri gained a place.
Albon overtakes Schumacher. Great. Oh, let's go Mick down the inside. Nice.
Haas with an overtake.
Nice. Kevin, it's your turn. Let's get him. the biddies. Giants and come to Harlan Nellis. Maybe you'll see. Dude, I know. So I'm tall too. I looked this up once. I'm 6'6", and
DRS is enabled.
beautiful. I can't remember. I've looked it up before what I am in like centimeters. Is Amsterdam one of the places that uses centimeters?
Haas with an overtake there.
198 centimeters. 1.98 meters. 0.0019 kilometers. Let's go. So I remember when we went on a tour, and the tour guide mentioned how I must feel like I fit in because I was so tall. And that's when I learned that the Netherlands, I think, is by average the tallest country in the world. And I was like, that's crazy. I did not know that. Also, I got you. Yeah, fuck. Love the biddies. Okay, that's what I thought. I know there's like every once in a while you get those places that everyone does it a little differently. That's kind of what I figured. Yeah, so I'm 198 centimeters, so I'm pretty tall. I think I'm definitely tall for here, at least on average. So I was just chilling down here in P15. But after every since he mentioned it while we were there, I definitely started to notice more that everyone else was also very tall. So it was pretty funny. Definitely felt very at home. These guys have gone too wide, like every corner so far. Kev, how you doing? Kev, you're just at the back. Got it. You love the biddies. So I was definitely up there, so I'm definitely up there still. We're 160. Nice. We'll just say I definitely felt at home there, or at least a lot less out of place. DRS train to end all DRS trains all the way up to Sebastian Vettel. Oh, someone goes off. Valtteri, Bottas goes off. Free position. Let's go.
Seems to have been a lockup. Is that a new race position for Haas?
Did it really show us overtaking Valtteri when he's parked on the side of the road? There we go. There we go. Flying by the flying fin. Amazing. We got behind us. We got a McLaren behind us. We have Ricardo behind us. Oh, that's funny. We love the biddies. I enjoyed it when we went. We were there for about a week. To be fair, apparently we went at like the worst time because it rained the whole time we were there, but we really liked Amsterdam. We've been talking about potentially going back, but we have a lot of other places in Europe we want to see first before we start going back places. Trying to figure it out. We're thinking about potentially going back over next year if it works out that way, but who knows at this point. This race has been very boring because it's just DRS train central for the first 10 laps. Oh, Kevin gets a great run though. You see, the problem is all the soft runners can't get by the medium runners, is what it appears. Everyone's kind of grouped up based entirely on tire
Haas with an
selection.
overtake.
Shumi up into P10 here. Let's go, Mick. Big push up on Vettel. It should be easy. Thank you.
Haas with an overtake there.
Oh, we've broken the DRS train. Ocon apparently was a full second behind at some point. Not anymore. Only stupid thing about the Netherlands is the weather. It's cold. It rains every time, and the weather changes really quickly. That definitely seemed to fit our experience when we went. It rains literally every day, and it was pretty chilly some of the days, but we were kind of expecting that, so it was pretty okay. But I'm sure living there, it's a little different. See, it's funny that where I live, it's the exact opposite, where it's just super hot every day, never rains, and the weather never changes. So, but that's, I mean, you can also get pretty tired of that. I'm not gonna lie. It can get pretty boring, to say the least. We love the biddies. From sunny to snow in a couple minutes. I believe it. I believe it. All right, let's see. We lapping faster than Alonso. There's that. I think the soft tires are going to start falling off relatively soonish. It's like we want to try and put in as much. Oh, Seb, leave us alone, Seb. Leave us alone. I'm gonna try and put in as much time as we can get, but that DRS train ahead is just it's just dragging them up ahead faster and faster. We're gonna have to put in some monstrous laps to catch up. Realistically, we're gonna need to break DRS to those behind so we can just get some good running in, but I don't know if that's necessarily gonna happen, especially with those little ERSs we have left. But we'll harvest this lap, and we'll go from there. Rain. Kevin Steyer's actually doing really okay. There's something crazy about the Netherlands? Always. I'm always down to learn. Hit me with it. Alright, Kev. Alright, let's relax. Oh my god. He just decides to park up. And now Kevin is so far gone.
Straight on. That's a position gain.
You can drink tap water. I mean, there are some places in the United States where you can drink the tap water, so let's calm down. There are some places, as I'm currently drinking from this water bottle, which filters the tap water I put into it, but I could drink it if I wanted to. I just don't want to right now. So there's that. Hi, Kevin. Lapping the same as Valtteri. Lit.
Is that a new race position?
Oh, Kev. All right, Kev. Push, 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 push. I don't really know if there's a world where we break away. I think realistically we want to save some fuel with Mick, because once all the soft runners start to pit, that's when we really want to put on the pace. So we want to be able to have the fuel gap to be able to do that realistically. Kevin is just gonna have to figure it out on his own. Realistically, and like, I mean, sooner rather than later, if we can conserve for a couple of laps and have a good excess to have once we near the soft pit window. Honestly, I think Kevin's race was kind of doomed here from the start just because I forgot to put his new engine in.
Love the biddies.
Yeah, the roads there were really nice. I definitely would appreciate that as a person who enjoys cars. I would enjoy that a lot.
Haas with an overtake there.
Oh, it overtakes Sebastian Vettel. Alright, Mick now has a 1.7 plus. Yeah, I'm jealous of the roads in some places. The roads here are not great. We'll just say that. Not great, to say the least. Putting it very kindly. Let's see. But realistically, I mean, I might pit Kev early. I might pit Kevin like extra early and let him run out the medium stint a little longer. So let's burn these tires up, Kev. Burn them up.
McLaren gain a position.
Oh, messed it up there. And through goes Sebastian Vettel.
Haas with an overtake.
True. So honestly, I may pit Kevin like this lap. Might pit him extra early. Mainly because Kevin usually does pretty good on tires anyway, so we're gonna pit Kevin nice and extra early. And Mick is still a little bit away from his pit window, so there's that. Just Kevin, 4 seconds off. That's about right. Mick says a plus 6 laps right now, by the way. Did you get DRS from me? Who did you get DRS from, sir? Throw Kevin in the bin. Kevin has definitely not been having the best time right now. We're definitely trying to hit the pit early and thrive as soon as we can.
We've just had a spin.
Stroll washed. I'm thinking about it. We'll probably make that decision probably closer to the midpoint in the season because I think this is Kev's last year on contract with us anyway. So when it gets closer to the midpoint of the season, we'll take a look and see how that looks. All right, we're seeing some pitters. We gave Mick plenty of chances last season to make up for his how you say downfalls. So the least we can do is give Kevin a chance. Well, there's also a thing where Kev's engine has minor damage, so he was kind of set up for failure here, kind of from the jump. So it's hard to really say at this point. Mick, let's put in some laps, huh? Let's put in some laps. I'm talking like quali style laps here, Mick. We're flying. That's the fastest lap. Let's go. Bottas in the pits. all of the soft runners have now pit. It looks like the first round of medium runners are pitting. We shall be pitting this lap.
Love the biddies.
If you sub Dakota dollars are broke, I mean, that's all about time in, you know? That's if you really want to put that time in, get some get some of them channel points, you know? Plenty of good things in there. I know I need to get in there and revamp some of that stuff in there, but I'm working on it.
We love the biddies.
You have no more Dakota money anymore. That's tough. That's tough. In this economy, you know, there's only so much you can do. We're gonna stop me right here. Alright, Mick is in for his stop. God, our box is all the way at the end. Mick falls to P9. Nice, P9. We made up 2.25 seconds, 2.3 seconds to Seb there on that opening stint. We love to see it. And have fresher tires and cleaner clothes and the freshest jewelry and the freshest hair. We're vibing. Yeah, how we doing? 3 seconds off Botas still. Times a couple hundreds faster. Let's see, I think their best case scenario is we're gonna solidify. All right, in this stint, we need to solidify this gap to Albon and Vettel and Norris here in 10th, because there it looks like they're doing the soft, medium, soft, where I'm doing the medium, medium. Wait, Mick's doing medium, medium, soft, so he'll be just as fast. Never mind. Did I give you free? I don't even know if you can give. Can you give channel points? Let's see, what commands do I have? I don't know if I even can gift channel points. I don't think I can. I need to make emotes for these. I have a lot of stuff I need to do, for being honest. There's a lot of stuff I need to do. I literally don't think there's anything I can do, which is unfortunate. I think there's literally nothing I can do. That's my B. I mean, it's not my bad. This Twitch is bad. There's actually literally nothing I can do. That's crazy. I figured you would have a way to like give out channel points, but I guess not. It kind of getting lifted in the dust a little bit. Leave Mick on aggressive here for a little bit. Yeah, we should be able to put Kevin on there too. We'll leave him on big push. See if they can make up any time ahead. All right. Odd series of tweets to read at the moment.
We love
For
the
people that
biddy.
donate cheers to get more, because people that don't give cheers, they don't get the same as people that give cheers. All right, let me check again. Let me check again. Manage rewards. Let me see. Custom rewards, default rewards. How do I change the earning rate? That's a good question.
Is that a new race position for Haas?
Oh, Kevin caught up to Bottas. Let's go.
We love
Push,
the
push,
biddy.
push. We are doing that. Jesus, I literally only have 4 emotes. That's sad. I don't know if there's a way, at least from what I'm seeing right now, to alter the amount of earning that you get for channel points. Either that or I am just blind. It was 1.1 behind Alonso. So close. Alright, Mick. Push. Close the gap, Mick. Close the gap. How did he go from 1.1 to 2.1 just like that? Actually, we are literally like right there. If we can catch up to this pack, that'll be great for us. We're gonna get dragged along with DRS, but we'll leave Mick on deploy here for a bit until we can hopefully get within. If we get DRS here, we go back. Go. And Mick gets a new fastest lap. Shit. Alright, Mick, no harvest. We need our ERS back. We need ERS back. Attaboy, Mick, you're flying. Alright, back there, back down. Trying to save some fuel.
We love the biddy.
Sector 1, he bends it every time. True. Mick Sector 1 here is usually not the best. Kev is now also on the back of this train, so realistically,
I think there's been a lockup.
oh, he's on back of a different train. My bad. Gasly locks up. Where's Gasly? Oh, I mean, there's if only there wasn't 13 seconds between him and Vettel. That opens up that gap behind for Mick, which is huge. So Mick is in a train up to P5. Yeah, Mick is in the back of a train to P5, and K-Mag is in a a train starting in P10 all the way down to P15. Well, we're right there for the taking. Flying. Albon, not enough pace. K-Mag is literally kind of just... I think for Kevin, we're kind of just waiting for someone to make a mistake, it really feels like. We're looking to pit 47 and 49. Okay. Come on, Cat, make the move. There's no point. There's really not. You have to be on like a godly run to get a run in a DRS train on this game. Realistically, we're just gonna have to wait till someone makes a mistake or try and overcut or undercut someone on the next pit stops if we're gonna make any major advancements here. Mick, we're kind of just getting dragged along by this train, which we are totally okay with. Mick, we're just trying to secure points in general, which we are a-okay with. Tires looking pretty much on par with everyone else, pretty much. We have been kind of pushing them super hard, but we can do that. I mean, Kevin's tires are doing fantastically comparatively. Part of me wants to push Mick and see if we can make a move happen and make up a position, but I feel like every time I try and do that, they usually make a mistake, and then that causes issues. I mean, if they want to fight up ahead and, you know, give us an opportunity, then that's different. Not bad, not bad. I think we're gonna try and build up some fuel and see if we can make something happen here in a few laps. Just because we're looking to get the next round of the soft, medium, soft pit stops are gonna be coming up here in five-ish laps. Two around the outside. Oh, Kevin. He wants it. I mean, realistically, we could potentially start pushing on fuel with Kevin soon-ish. Soon-ish. Oh, that if Ocon loses ZRS here, it's it. No, okay, we're safe. He's safe. Kevin's pit stop is going to be coming up in 5 laps. Math? Yeah, 5 laps. Our DRS delta time on our car is really bad. We just lost time to Vettel in front with the DRS. We gotta up that. We gotta make sure we up that as we keep going. All in all, I mean, we're right here. Window entered. Pit window entered. Push Kevin for a lap or two. We'll see if anyone actually starts to pit. And who knows, maybe we'll get a decent run on one of these guys with DRS or something. We realistically, we shouldn't lose that much time being in the back of a DRS train. Than in terms of fuel, so we'll leave Kevin to that. Honestly, with Mick, we might do the same thing here, because he's also getting close to his pit window. Oh, Jesus, Mick, what the hell was that? And Mick's failed move puts him 3/10 out of DRS and pretty much right into the clutches of Pierre Gasly up ahead. So now we gotta waste some ERS, getting Mick back into DRS. And he was already pretty low to begin with. The window entered. All right, first pit stops. They're in. All right, none of this group pit. I'm gonna start paying attention to when the groups start to dissipate. Figure out when to pit and when to start pushing. Like extra pushing, I should say. Well, even though Mick doesn't have the ERS to really do it, so. Alright, so realistically with Mick, we do need to look at pitting this lap. Kevin, realistically, Kevin is far enough back where we could pit them on the same lap. Realistically.
Box, box. Box, box.
Box, 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 box. The hell was that, Mick? Alright, Mick is in. Alright, I think the timing on this will work out pretty nicely. Oh yeah, this will work out great. Easy. That Mick just went through that guy. It's like there's a lot of boxers this lap. A lot of boxers. In. Hell, 4.9. Oh my god. Kevin lost the spot to Bottas. Great. Fantastic. We should be able to just leave it on full aggressive. Alright, Kev. Alright, Mick, we need to overtake a lot of people here in the pits. Get up! Let's go! Nice. Alright, Mick into P7. P7, P8 pretty much confirmed. Kev has caught up to this DRS train. That goes all the way to 10th. So we gotta have an interesting one to go here. Maybe we're gonna harvest. We're gonna sacrifice and harvest this lap. Yeah, because he needs ERS towards the finish of this race. Fuel, honestly, we're doing pretty a-okay. Alright, we cannot have Mick losing ERS or DRS to the Ferrari ahead. Thank you. Like everyone is boxed up to now. Oh, the tires are definitely not gonna make it for Kev on full aggression. I forgot his did not start at the top. So we're gonna have to leave Kevin on aggressive. But Mick, we're gonna be fine. Yeah, Mick, we're gonna be fine, right? Right? Yeah, we're gonna be fine. He's actually still harvesting, which means he should get pretty much full ERS. We're not gonna have it slow down at all to tell us it's full. All right, making a move around the outside, back to the inside, back to the outside. Russell holds on. Oh, Kevin. Kevin was doomed from the start, but a P15 finish here is not where we want to be. What is that, 13 laps to go? We're getting there. We're getting there. There's just not a whole lot we can really do. Just kind of stuck in this train. Thankfully, Alonso really isn't in a position to really challenge us that much, so that's good. But at the same time, it would be nice if we were in a position to challenge ahead, but we're just not. Our car's straight line speed with DRS is just not up to snuff to really be battling a Ferrari and a Mercedes ahead. So at this point, we're kind of just hoping that Mick gets dragged along to the finish here in P7. It'll be solid enough for us. We'll beat the Alpines in this one and make up a couple of spots as long as Ocon also stays out of the points. But Kevin is not really doing a whole lot for us here today. Unfortunate. Gonna see what overtake does on the main straight here with everyone ahead of you has DRS. It ain't do nothing. It ain't do nothing. Oh, back markers, don't you mess me up. Oh my god. Alright, we've broken DRS supposedly to Alpine behind, so that's nice. The problem is we are now out of DRS to Sainz. Unfortunate. I think that's dumb, but unfortunate. We're now back almost. I have to leave it on. I have to get back within a solid DRS range here, or else we will get left in the dust. And if we want to have any shot. All right, we're back. We're back. We're back. Just corner exit speed is not good enough to be fighting these two, which is very obvious. But he is right here, so if one of them makes a mistake, that's going to be that. We put 3 seconds on Alonso, which is fantastic. And these two are just going to keep going, huh? Just like that. Kev's on low fuel. Honestly, we'll just conserve with Kev. At this point, we just need Kev to bring it home. Don't think Kev's gonna be in a position to make any major moves on a 7-car DRS train. So we just need to make sure Kev brings it home safe and sound, and that'll be that. Mick, we are just trying to stay in position as best as possible to make something happen should the people ahead make any major mistakes. But it does appear that we have P7 locked up. Safety car, safety car. No. Multiple cars crashed. Who was it? Tell me.
Who's that just crashed? Let's take a closer look. Now just focus on the Haas.
Was it Kevin? Oh my god, he hit us.
Goodness me, that is a serious collision.
Dude, Kevin cannot catch a break. Kevin cannot catch a break, dude. No damage. But Bottas doesn't even get a penalty. What is that? Oh, he has damage. Oh boy. Well, Kevin's race is literally over. Yeah, he's in a 10-second gap on either. He's in a 20-second plus minus gap, so unfortunate. Jumi though, still here, still in position. Should one of these two make a mistake. Guess we'll just stay here till the end, I guess. Like, why? I'm very confused of how Sainz just doesn't have the pace to make a move on George. Like, that Ferrari should be a rocket ship. George does have fresher tires, but Mick is probably in. Oh, it's gonna be close. Oh my god, Kevin lost a ginormous chunk to his tires. Kev, just bring it home. Literally just bring it home at this point. Is there an opportunity to box Kevin for a fastest lap? We probably could. What's our next freshest tire? I mean, at this point, what do we really have to lose? Just boxing Kevin and trying for a fastest lap. Like, what do we really have to lose? Like, honestly. Mick is just gonna keep doing this and secure P7, and that'll be that. We're hopefully gonna slot in right here in this little gap, or this gap in front of Mick. Now we can serve all the way through, and we're gonna go for a fastest lap with K-Mag and see how it goes. I came back. Let's get it.
Push. Copy.
It's the last lap of the race, Kev. Can you break the fastest lap? Let's find out. Yellow first sector, off to a great start. We should be at our lowest fuel, maximum ERS, and fresh-ish tires. Yellow middle sector, love it. Can he do it? No.
Max Verstappen over the finish line and today's winner.
Lift and coast will help.
Bring it home, Mick. P7. Nice race.
So that is checkered flag.
Yeah, that was great. Thank you.
It's parts again. That's
Brilliant.
points again, baby.
Take all the pickup on the way in. Well done.
That's points, baby.
Get lots of pickup.
That's all you can ask for. Wait for everyone else to come home here. Great day out, Vic. Great day out. Kevin, I promise you we won't forget to change out your engine next time out. I promise. We can't.
This is a good result for Haas. More than enough to satisfy the whole team.
You're completely right, and what a day for all the fans of the team as well.
And they're in 6th place in the constructor standings
Still
at
in
the end
6th.
of this weekend.
We did beat
For the
Alpine
next
though.
Grand Prix, make sure you join us at the renowned city circuit of Monaco.
Monaco.
Prepare yourselves for one of the most legendary rounds of the season.
It goes up 7 positions. It's pretty good for Mick. Kevin lost 1. Mick gained 6 points but doesn't move. And we make up 6-2, but we're still 9 points behind Alpine as of now. Hey, look, it's real life. These two are Red Bull and Mercedes are getting their stuff together, and Ferrari's not. Hey yo. Mick gets a development point. Kevin doesn't, and Theo also doesn't. What a day. Mick gets his 250k. Totally happy for you, Mick. Totally happy for you. And now on to the next one. Ooh, research complete though. All right, let me make sure I save this off. Write that. But with that said, just gonna go through all of. I don't know why the alerts stack like this when I move back to this screen. It'll go through all of them. That happened on the other screen. It should.
We love the biddies.
It's just gonna continue to do this. It's just gonna continue to do this, and that is not ideal.
We love the biddies.
Can I silence these? I don't think I can. Regardless, that's gonna wrap it up for me. We'll be back on Wednesday for more. We'll probably do Monaco.
The biddies.
We do love biddies. We'll be back for Monaco as well as some more fun. But until then, stay safe. I appreciate everyone who came and stopped by, the new followers as well. But until then, I'll see you guys on Wednesday.
The biddies.
Same time as this. Probably still be a low-key stream, vibes-wise, just because my throat stuff is not expected to get healed up quite by then. But for now, that's gonna do it for me
Love the
tonight.
biddies.
Keep an eye out on the YouTube. I'm trying a thing where I'm uploading basically every day of the week of the non-weekend days to see how that goes. So keep an eye on the YouTube for more
Love the biddies.
videos starting tomorrow. So until then, I'll talk to you guys on Wednesday. Stay safe. I appreciate you well.
We love the biddies.
1, 2, 3, and 4. Count what you have now. Don't count what you don't have.